Hello, and welcome back to Minecraft Chain World. It is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and it's a few days since the last time I recorded Chain World. We have a little bit more time before the sun goes down, and I've had some time to think about things that I want to do for the future in this world, in this series. And I have ideas now, and so one of them involves getting a whole lot more cyan wool. So I'm going to run out here, try to gather some of that up before the sun goes down, and talk about what's up. For me, it is the day after, no, 2 days after Thanksgiving that I'm recording this right now. Did that sheep just like glitch through the wall and die? I think I just saw that sheep glitch through the wall and die. I was going to say we'll look over here and see if there's any mutton, and then I realized I'm in 1.7, and there's no mutton in 1.7, but there is some wool on the ground from where that sheep just died. Crazy sheep. Crazy Minecraft with your mobs that always glitch through walls and die for no reason. So yeah, it's a couple days after Thanksgiving, and it is snowing over here in the Seattle area. Or actually, I guess it isn't snowing right now, but it snowed last night, and it's cold enough that there's still a bit on the ground that's stuck. I've lived out here for 10 years. And so I've seen snow. I also saw snow a bit when I was growing up, because even though I grew up in Florida, I had family in New York. And so I got a chance to see a bit of snow when we were visiting family around the holidays back then. Let's see, other than the... Where's the sun right now? I have a clock. Haha! We still have a little bit of time. And so I've had a chance to see plenty of snow, and so it's pretty out the window, but I don't have any plans to go out and play in the snow or make a snowman or any kind of stuff like that. For the most part, I prefer warmer to this. All right, that's probably good for the cyan wool for right now. We'll go ahead and head back inside. But basically, yeah, in addition to just being nice in terms of being the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and I've had a chance to do all kinds of fun stuff, hung out with some friends, ate good food, watched football. My Seattle Seahawks won quite soundly on Thanksgiving Day in primetime football, and so that was awesome. It's really weird how it's kind of a silly thing, but when your home sports team wins, it just makes you feel good. And so I feel good about that. And yeah, spent some time thinking while I was watching people play Minecraft Bingo. I had my notepad out in terms of thinking of ideas of what I could do in terms of things for the next person. Have I even talked about who the next person is? I guess I can keep all this stuff in my inventory. My inventory isn't that full. The next person who I plan to have as my descendant here in Chain World is going to be Rock. Rock and Roll for Life is a guy who you may know. He's also friends with Cthulhu, and so I know he watched Cthulhu's playthrough of this map. And so he knows a bit about it. And he does lots of super hostile maps. And so he has lots of experience doing kind of difficult Minecraft challenges. And so I thought that might be fun, and I could actually like lay some traps for him. But I need to think a little bit carefully about exactly how I want to do it. But I plan to use some renamed chests for some clues, because you can actually, take a chest and put it on an anvil and rename it. And then the name shows up when you right-click on the chest, where it says chest up here rather than saying chest. It'll say whatever you rename the chest to. And so I'm going to use that as some clues. And I wanted to kind of like hide so I'm wearing this, yeah, pretty decent set of gold armor. And so I wanted to give him the armor, but spread it out in a few different chests and kind of send him on a scavenger hunt. And so I thought the first place that I would send him would be kind of like an easy one. And so I'd have a clue, something like, I don't know, eyepiece or looking at the stars or something. Something that would send you to the observatory. And I could leave a chest, like, right here. That would be reasonably easy to find. That could have, like, the first piece of armor. And then I was thinking over where I built the Cthulhu monument. Rather than tell him exactly where it is, like, have him find it and have a clue to go find the Cthulhu monument. And one of the clues in one of the chests could be renamed, like, Cthulhu. And then we could hide some of the stuff in there. I'm kind of thinking it out. I've got a bunch of notes kind of scrolled down on my notepad. Another thing I want to do is leave one in the mob farm. And in the mob farm, I think we can also have a lot of fun with the trap chest, with TNT and some water. I did some experiments in creative. Yeah, I'll just demonstrate kind of right here really quick. I'll dig out some pieces here. And yeah, let's just do... I don't want to do this. Just to show things off. So basically, if I had water here, imagine I had a block here also so the water isn't flowing. And then I'll use the red. If I had then TNT here, and this were a trap chest, then when you open the trap chest, the TNT will fall straight down into the water and explode. Because it's falling into water, it doesn't damage any blocks. And it's the case that if, for example, you're standing on top of the chest, if the chest was already at floor level, even if you're standing on top, like I tried it a couple of times, I took like a half a heart of damage with no armor. But there's enough kind of like shielding around that you don't take much damage. But when you open the chest, you'll hear the TNT go off. And Rock plays lots of super hostile maps, you know, Vex maps and other kind of challenge maps like those. And so he's accustomed to opening up a chest and all of a sudden hearing TNT going off and running away. And so I thought that that might be a fun kind of prank to play on him that I think he'll react to just fine. And even if he doesn't, I don't think it'll damage him all that much. And so I plan to also lay some traps for him around this world. And so I'm just starting to think through all those things. So I think the mob farm will be one of the destinations because that's one you recall coming out of the mob farm. There's like a hoppers leading into a chest and the chest is at ground level. And when you have the chest at ground level, if you're looking very carefully, you can see the TNT below it just past the edge. But if I lead him to the mob farm and he's coming over to try to find some loot at the mob farm, like, I think he'll run over there and he'll just open the chest without looking, and so hopefully we'll be able to get him that way. So, I don't know. I have all kinds of fun ideas well, kind of half-baked ideas, and so I need to fully bake them. But I also need to finish Cthulhu's monument. I was thinking for Cthulhu, he's got his head coming up out of the water, but maybe what I could do is I could have one of his tentacles underwater, and his tentacle could be like wrapped around a chest, and that could be where I hide another one of these pieces of armor that I'm going to leave for Rock. And so, yeah, these are the types of things that I'm thinking about. Let me, try to plan what the clues will be so I can rename some of these chests. I'm going to need, how do you make a, in order to make a trapped chest, because I need to make a couple of those, I believe it is, the recipe is like this. Yeah, there we go, with tripwire hooks. And then I think a chest next to a tripwire hook is a trap chest. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a couple of these. I don't know that I'll set a lot of traps, but we'll at least have a couple. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get some inventory together and we can start planning this out. I forgot that in this version of Minecraft it costs 5 enchantment levels rather than just 1 in order to rename a simple item. And there's also the bug where if you enter and exit your inventory, when a sound is playing, it plays the sound twice. But basically, I am using a normal chest rather than one of the trap chests that I think will be up here in the observatory eyepiece. And so that is where I will leave something for Cthulhu, something for Rock, and then Tentacle will help be a clue in terms of where to find things with Cthulhu. And so his head will be above water, and inside his head I plan to put a room where we just have some like ink sacs or something. Since that was Cthulhu's dying request, was to build a monument to him and inter something therein. But then underwater, with cyan wool, is where I will kind of build a tentacle, and so it won't be particularly easy to find. But hopefully this clue, and I'll also give clues to where Cthulhu's monument's going to be so that Rock will be able to find it. Although it's not very far from here, then he should be able to find that and do that. In any case, I'm still going to need more cyan wool. The sun has come back up, and so I'm going to go harvest some more of that, and I will see you when I see you. All right, I managed to get a bit more clay today. Clay. Cyan wool is what I have here. And I'm at least to a reasonable depth kind of turning Cthulhu's head into a little tomb here. It occurs to me I'm going to leave one hole here so I can put a torch up here that'll hopefully keep mobs from spawning on his head. And I do plan to put something inside of here. But it's just going to be like the little, you know, ink sacs or trinkets or whatever, but not the actual treasure. Yeah, so there'll be like a little room inside here. And then there'll be like a hint in the chest that says like, you know, like close or something. But then I'm going to need more cyan wool yet. But basically, where should I have it? Basically out in the ocean somewhere, maybe kind of like branching off kind of under here or something. I want to have kind of a tentacle that's kind of wrapped around a chest. And that will be where we're actually going to hide the thing. Yeah. This turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I haven't seen this in a few days because I haven't played Chain World in a few days. How are we doing on sunlight? We still have a bit. Let me at least try to trace out. And man, doing this underwater is going to be difficult. Do I have the ingredients for a night vision potion? Do we have carrots? I don't remember if we have carrots or not. We do have brewing available to us. That would actually help a lot. So I think I will go back. Actually, I'll try to run back by the sheep farm one more time to get a little bit more wool. And then run back home, and tomorrow during the daytime, maybe if I can brew up a night vision potion tonight, then we will be able to do some underwater building a bit better. And I really need to be careful. Need to get my Aqua Affinity helmet again, because I'm not wearing that if I'm going to be doing any building underwater. And try not to take drowning damage like I did last time, like a fool, when I was going underwater to get that one chest. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. I keep having to breed up more sheep, because the sheep keep dying in the walls, and we're running out of cyan sheep here. It's crazy town. Alright, I'm going to rename this chest Almost There, and have this one be inside Cthulhu's head, so that if Rock somehow managed to find Cthulhu's monument, and I'm going to try to direct him towards it, but doesn't notice this clue up here that says tentacle, and he looks inside the head and finds the chest there, then there'll at least be some information that he almost got the clue right, but he needs to look a little bit harder, I think is what I'm going to do. And it turns out that we do indeed have carrots, and I'm pretty sure night vision comes from a golden carrot, and then invisibility is like in that potion reversed or something. Actually, I haven't brewed these up in a while, but I just started doing some potion brewing. I went ahead and made a little infinite pool over in one corner of the observatory here, since it's kind of the main base. We didn't have easy access to water anywhere that I saw. But let's see if this brews the night vision potion that I was hoping for. And if so, that'll help us see underwater to build what we're trying to build. It is night vision. Okay, great. And I don't know that we have much glowstone, and so even if we have a little bit, yeah, I think I won't bother extending. I can afford one glowstone in order to extend these potions. I haven't gone into the nether at all, mostly because I want to... No, it's redstone that would extend it anyway. Haha, we have plenty of redstone. I haven't gone into the nether at all, mostly because I want to make sure that I stay alive and get a chance to do the things I want to do and set up the world for the next person. And I'm afraid that there's too many easy ways to die in the nether. So maybe at some point I'll take a peek in there, but I would like to finish everything with Cthulhu's monument and set up some clues for Rock and kind of like distribute some good loot around before I do any of that. In any case, I'm going to brew this up. Tomorrow I'll go get some more cyan wool and try to build an underwater tentacle coming out of Cthulhu's head. Alright, I think what I've elected to do is I'm going to leave a little doorway open on the back of Cthulhu's head, which leads to this chest, which contains ink sacs in a smiley face pattern, and says, almost there. And so hopefully, yeah, if Rock ends up trying to come find Cthulhu, he'll take a look around. He might see the light on top of the head, depending upon what time of day it is or what angle he's looking at it. And so he might think that there's something inside the head. And if he does kind of, take a look around, he'll see this. And then he'll go inside. He will discover this chest that says almost there. And then hopefully if he saw the clue with the tentacle before, or even if he didn't, then he'll be able to find the tentacle that I'm going to build. And I have night vision potions. So let's actually try drinking one. Yeah, now we can totally see. Wow, it's actually much deeper out here than I thought. And so I don't want to drown, but I will have to think about this in terms of how to build a tentacle around a chest. And I do have another chest here, and I'm going to put a jack-o'-lantern under it to make it stand out a little bit. So let me figure out the right place to try to build this. All right, I think I'll build some more tentacles. Right now I just have 2, but while I still have night vision going from this first potion, there's a tentacle coming up here that's going to be somewhat above the surface, just to kind of call out that there's tentacles. There's another tentacle over here, and we can't tell because I have night vision right now. When the night vision wears off, we'll be able to see. But then there's a chest down here that the tentacle is kind of holding, and there's a jack-o'-lantern right below it. And that's going to be a chest where we're going to hide some loot. And then I think I'll get some more cyan wool and build a couple more tentacles that are kind of coming out of Cthulhu in a couple different directions. And so that is the plan. We will come check it out again when I no longer have night vision going, but I'm going to go shear some more sheep. And then, yeah, I think I'm also, since I'm building Cthulhu's monument not along the Walk of Monuments or whatever it was, the kind of like walkway that had a bunch of people's kind of like statues and other things built. I'm going to put something out there. Talking kind of like offline with some of the previous people, they felt that the Walk of Monuments that they had was kind of not sustainable, and I agree, in terms of the statues being kind of like too large to construct and kind of too dangerous to construct kind of like high up in the air out there. And so I do want to put something at the end that suggests that future monuments are kind of spread around. And yeah, perhaps some people can also finish off some of the older monuments that didn't get completely completed. Okay, I don't know that I'd actually shown this perspective before, but here's the observatory, there's the rocket ship, here is the spruce farm. And you can actually see Cthulhu's head coming up out of the ocean from over here. And since there's a little torchlight, I think it'll also be kind of, well, pretty visible at night. We'll actually come out here at night to take a look. But I have a signed book in my inventory. I have a plan for back over at the Walk of Monuments to put kind of a stop sign along the road. And so I've got this book called Monuments that says, "The Walk of Monuments did not seem very well maintained or sustainable. As someone from the Pacific Northwest," I'm from the Seattle area, an area known for sustainable practices. We have lots of hippies and technologists and different things around here. Dr. Brian Lorgon 111 decided he would build a monument to Cthulhu in a more suitable location. Perhaps Rock will find it. And so I think it'll be somewhat findable regardless because it's reasonably visible. But we do actually have a map right here. And so you can see where we're on the map in the observatory. And Pacific Northwest is in all caps here. And so if you go to the northwest, sure enough, there is a big ocean like the Pacific. And yeah, that is where Cthulhu is. He's right over here. And so I'm hoping that either through hints or just from looking around, that Rock will be able to find Cthulhu's monument as a result of that. And so my plan now is I want to put like, do we have red dye? I want to make like a red stop sign on the Wall of Monuments and put this book up there and just kind of make it very obvious. We have a couple of poppies. That'll probably be enough, actually. No, I'm going to need more than that. Where can I get more of those? I guess I could just go bone meal to ground. Yeah, I think I'll need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to get some bone meal. I'm going to get some more red dye so that I can turn some more... Actually, we might be able to just mine bright red out of here. I can't remember if bright red was one of the colors that was down in here. No, this is just all hardened clay. Okay, I'm going to find... Where's the best place to try to get poppies? I guess anywhere that there is green grass, which would include the cow farm. And so we can go over there. I'm going to get a bunch of red dye, and then I'll make like a red stop sign and put it at the end of Walk of Monuments and put this book on a item frame, and hopefully it'll be obvious. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. If you're ever trying to farm poppies, don't do it in the middle of a cow farm. It's quite the pain in the neck, but I have managed to get a few, and so hopefully that'll be enough red dye for what I want to do. So here's what I ended up doing. When you come to the Walk of Monuments, which is one of the first places you can find from the start, or at least is one of the first places I did, along the walk we have these various monuments that are in some amount of construction or disrepair, as it were, and there's a few people missing. And so you'll come to this stop sign. It's a stop sign, right? And it's got the book that I just showed you guys, and it's got a torchlight here to hopefully mark it out. And so hopefully, even if you're just walking up here, and Rock has maybe already seen this before in Cthulhu's playthrough or whatever, but hopefully if he was coming at least to here, he would notice that there's a stop sign and that there seems to be something new there. And so he'll go and take a look. And so hopefully that'll help clue him in as to where to find Cthulhu. And in the meantime, the sun is just about to go down, and so this gives us a chance to see also what Cthulhu's monument looks like from the backyard of the observatory at night. And I just want to make sure that it's kind of visible. And yeah, at that point, there's still a lot I want to do. There's a number of hints I want to set up. I want to do something with the mob farm over there. But we're probably running out of time for this episode. So yeah, if you hop up over here, you can definitely see Cthulhu. The one little torch in his head definitely has him kind of like peeking up out over the ocean over there. And if instead you came to this corner, I see you, creeper. I'm inside the fence, so you're not going to see me. Like over towards where we're going to the stronghold and the other clues. Can you see him over here? I guess not really over here. But if you went anywhere over here, yeah, I think he'll be able to find him. We'll see. And let's see, is there anything else I want to do today? I think next time I will try to set up some other chests. I want to have basically at the start a clue that's going to lead to the observatory. Here in the observatory, we'll have this chest kind of like in the eyepiece of the telescope or whatever, which is going to have another clue and have tentacle, which will lead us down there. And then maybe in Cthulhu's tentacle chest, I'll have a clue that tells him to go look over in the mob farm. And yeah, we'll put it into like a little scavenger hunt, basically, to get some of these good things that we have, especially the armor, basically. I think I'll probably start him off with the chest piece and some food. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun little scavenger hunt for Rock as well. I don't know how much, yeah, Rock likes puzzles and different things, and I definitely enjoyed solving Cthulhu's puzzles. I don't have a lot of experience making them. I've done a few in my world, but that was for audiences of, like hundreds of people who are watching the video, and you just have to find at least one of them who's smart enough to answer the clues. When you have one specific person in mind, I'm not sure how easy or difficult the clues are going to be. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in the next chain world, where hopefully we will finish off our scavenger hunt. Bye-bye.